I think this must be one of the most famous dining rooms in the world. We are so lucky. This, of course, was where Maggie Smith sat and fish fell in her lap, where Hugh Bonneville also had a bad turn. It was a scene of so many discussions and arguments amongst sisters and family, just as in real life it is today. The paintings in this room, around the huge one of King Charles I by Van Dyck, tell the story of the English Civil War. And it's just a little insight, a little window into what happened in my husband's family during this time. If I'm sitting having supper here at the table, I'm so lucky to look up at this amazing painting. It's Charles I on horseback at the gates of Paris, accompanied by his master of horse, Monsieur de la Fontaine. So he's riding through it. It's all the focus is on him and his grandeur, his divine right to be king. And that was really the crux of the matter, which led later on to his execution. And thereafter, the right to go to war, to raise taxes, was divided between the monarch and Parliament. And if you watch the Downtown Abbey scenes very carefully, Hugh Bonneville, as in Lord Grantham, always sits that side of the table looking across at this extraordinary wall of portraits. Actually, he's looking across at my husband, Lord Carnarvon's ancestors, and it's again an Earl of Carnarvon. The painting was probably begun by Gainsborough, but it was actually finished by Gilbert Stuart. Gilbert Stuart being the famous American painter of George Washington on the dollar bill, and I think there's quite a few similarities in that. Either side of it again are earlier ancestors of my husband's, which goes back to the Civil War time. And over there in between the two lights is a painting of Sir Robert Sawyer. And it was Sir Robert Sawyer, again my husband's lots of greats, grandfather, who bought this estate in 1679, and it's been part of my husband's family ever since. But the main thing was he had one very beautiful daughter, Margaret. And Margaret married the Earl of Pembroke, the eldest son inherited Wilton, and Robert Sawyer left this estate to the second son, Robert Sawyer Herbert. And that's why we're still here today.